Have you ever wondered where it all began? The grand spectacle that is the universe. Where did its first act unfold? Was it a silent, slow emergence or a grand, explosive event? We're not just talking about our tiny home, Earth, or our humble galaxy, the Milky Way. We're delving deeper into the very fabric of existence itself, the cosmos. So fasten your seatbelts, hold tight, and prepare to journey back to the very beginning, to the birth of everything we know. In the vast expanse of nothingness, a singular event ignited the dawn of existence. Imagine, if you will, a moment where time itself was born, a point so infinitesimally small, yet so brimming with potential that it could only be described as epic. This is the story of the Big Bang, a cataclysmic event that shattered the silence of nothingness and gave birth to everything we know and are yet to discover. In the beginning, there was nothing. No space, no time, no matter. Merely a singularity, an entity so dense and powerful that it held within it the seeds of all creation. Then, in an instant far quicker than the blink of an eye, an explosion of unimaginable scale and intensity occurred. A fiery, raging storm of pure energy erupted, expanding at an unimaginable speed. This was not just any explosion. This was the Big Bang, the birth of our universe. The Big Bang was not an explosion in space, as one might detonate a firecracker in the air. No, this was an explosion of space, an eruption of all points in the universe simultaneously. It was an event so profound that it literally created space and time as we know it. In the immediate aftermath, the universe was a hot, dense state, almost unimaginably so. It was filled with a seething soup of particles and energy, swirling in a cosmic dance that would eventually give rise to galaxies, stars, planets, and life as we know it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. For now, let's marvel at the sheer audacity of this event. The Big Bang, a cosmic firecracker that kick-started existence, an event so epic no human words can truly capture its grandeur. It was a beginning like no other, a moment that defies comprehension and boggles the mind. And thus the universe was born, a cosmic symphony that continues to play even now. In the first milliseconds, our universe was a hot, dense point, smaller than an atom. Picture that, the entirety of our universe, all the galaxies, stars, planets, and everything we know, reduced to a size unimaginably small. This was a time when the laws of physics, as we understand them, didn't quite apply. This tiny point was a boiling cauldron of energy, a seething mass of heat and density far beyond anything we can comprehend. Imagine the hottest thing you know, the core of our sun, perhaps, and amplify that 1 billion times over. That's the kind of heat we're talking about. Yet this was not a static situation. Oh no, far from it. This tiny, dense point was under enormous pressure, a pressure that led to the most dramatic event of all, the Big Bang. But this was not an explosion, as the name might suggest. Instead, it was a rapid expansion, a stretching of space itself. In the blink of an eye, this tiny point began to grow. And it didn't just grow a little, it expanded at a rate that is simply mind-boggling. We're not talking about the speed of light here. We're talking about a rate of expansion so fast that it's hard to put into words. And as it expanded, the universe cooled. The seething, boiling energy began to transform, to change, to become the building blocks of everything we know. Particles began to form, the first matter in the universe, setting the stage for the galaxies, stars and planets that would come much later. This was a time of incredible change, a time when the universe was being born. It was a time of creation, of transformation, of becoming. The universe was like a sculptor chiseling away at the raw energy, shaping it into the building blocks of matter. Within a blink of an eye, this tiny point expanded exponentially, setting the stage for everything that would follow. As the universe cooled and expanded, the first fundamental forces began to separate. This was a time of incredible change and transformation, a cosmic dance choreographed by the laws of physics. The very early universe was a hot, dense soup of particles. So dense and so hot, in fact, that the fundamental forces we know today were all unified into a single force. But as the universe expanded, it also cooled. And as it cooled, this single unified force began to break apart, or symmetry break, as physicists like to say. First to go was gravity deciding to dance solo, becoming its own distinct force. It's the force that keeps our feet on the ground and the planets in orbit. Then, as the universe continued to cool, the strong nuclear force separated. This force is responsible for holding the protons and neutrons inside the nucleus of an atom. But wait, there's more. The universe kept cooling and expanding, and the electromagnetic force and weak nuclear force were still entangled in their cosmic dance. These two forces are responsible for light, electricity, magnetism, and radioactive decay. Eventually, they too separated, becoming distinct entities. The electromagnetic force went on to govern everything from the glow of distant stars to the Wi-Fi signals that connect us, while the weak nuclear force took charge of certain types of radioactive decay. And so, in the early stages of the universe, as it cooled and expanded, the four fundamental forces of nature came to be. This is the universe as we know it today, governed by gravity, electromagnetism, and the strong and weak nuclear forces, each with its own part to play in the cosmic dance of creation. But this was far from the final act. With the forces now separate, the stage was set for the next grand spectacle. The universe continued to cool and expand, paving the way for the formation of matter. And that, dear listeners, is a tale for another time. In the primordial soup of the early universe, the first particles of matter began to form. Imagine a cosmic kitchen where nature was cooking up the initial ingredients of existence. This was not your ordinary soup, but a bubbling cauldron of fundamental particles, seething with energy and potential. The first particles to emerge from this cosmic kitchen were quarks and leptons. Quarks are the building blocks of protons and neutrons, while leptons include the electron and its neutrino cousins. Picture quarks as the hearty vegetables in our cosmic stew, providing the substance and bulk. In contrast, leptons are like the spices, imparting flavor and complexity. But these particles didn't just pop into existence fully formed. They were born from pure energy, according to the famous equation from Einstein, E=mc², which tells us that energy and mass are interchangeable. As the universe cooled from its initial unimaginable heat, energy transformed into mass, creating quarks and leptons. These quarks, however, were not content to go it alone. They joined forces in groups of 3 to form protons and neutrons, the nucleus of all atoms. Picture this as a cosmic dance, where individual dancers come together to form intricate patterns. Each proton and neutron is a tiny choreography of quarks, held together by the strong nuclear force, one of the 4 fundamental forces of nature. This was a pivotal moment in the history of our universe. With the formation of protons and neutrons, the stage was set for the creation of atoms. But that's a tale for another time. For now, let's marvel at this incredible moment when the universe went from a featureless soup of energy to a cosmic kitchen teeming with the ingredients of matter. So, the next time you look up at the stars, remember that you're made of the same stuff as the universe. From quarks to stars, we're all part of the cosmic story. The stage was set for the creation of the first atoms, the building blocks of everything we see today. The birth of the universe is a tale of epic proportions, a story of creation that continues to fascinate us. Reflecting on this grandeur, we're left in awe of the sheer vastness and complexity of it all. The universe didn't just appear out of nothingness, it was born, and its birth was a spectacle beyond comprehension. In the beginning there was chaos and confusion, a universe in turmoil, teetering on the precipice of existence. It's a concept so profound, so immense that it's almost beyond our grasp. But it's this very immensity that sparks our curiosity, that fuels our desire to understand and explore. As we delve deeper into the origins of the universe, we're not just uncovering the secrets of distant galaxies or the mysteries of dark matter. We're probing into the very essence of existence, the fundamental nature of reality itself. It's a journey of discovery that's as much about us as it is about the universe. The birth of the universe isn't just a chapter in a cosmic history book, it's the beginning of our own story. We're not separate from the universe, we are a part of it, born from the same cosmic dust that formed the galaxies. In the grand theatre of the cosmos, the story of the universe's birth is the first act of a play that is still unfolding. And aren't we fortunate to be a part of this magnificent spectacle?